You now tuned in to the Gumptown Podcast. I'm your boy Doug B. We ain't got nothing to talk about, but we got something to talk about. Let's go. Good people. Welcome back to the Gumptown Podcast, episode 112. I'm your boy Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving this podcast a shot. Today's guest is the founder and owner of Better Ham Supplements. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm sure we'll all be inspired by his story. Let's chop it up with Larry Howard. Larry, how's it going, man?
I'm good. How you doing, Doug?
Glad to hear that, man. All is well on my end, too. First things first, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me, man.
No doubt, man. Of course, here to talk about Better Ham Supplement Company and all the great things you got going on in business. But before we talk business, let's get to know the man behind the brand. So I know you were born and raised in the Gump. What was your upbringing like coming up in the city?
Montgomery, Alabama, man. I came up in humbling beginnings. I grew up in Cedar Park. I came up in the '80s, so I was an outdoor kid, man. I'll be outdoors, as soon as the sun rise, I'm outside till the sun go down. But we moved around a little. Graduated from Carver High School. Well, no, I went to Carver from 7th to 10th. I graduated from Jeff Davis. I transferred and went to Jeff Davis from 11 to 12. And that's the early part of my stint here in Montgomery, man.
Okay, dope, man. Humble beginnings. I can definitely relate to that. Being outside all day. Kids these days, man, they don't know, man. Those are the best times. Those are the best days, man. Being outside in that, getting that good old vitamin D, running around, acting the fool with your cousins and your siblings. Good times.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Riding bikes all day, eating frozens, going to the candy lady. You know, the good things, man.
Sure.
Carefree lifestyle.
Sure, absolutely, man. So after you finish up high school at JD, what did you end up doing afterwards? College, military, or you went right to work?
I did go to college. I realized college wasn't for me. I went to Alabama A&M. I was on the Hill. I was there for 3 years. Great time. Got a chance to meet a lot of great people.
Dope, man.
Experience the HBCU life.
Hey, let's talk about it. The HBCU experience. People who ain't never been there, man, in your own words, what was the HBCU experience like for you?
Oh, man. Man, how do you put it in words? It's just it was amazing, man. Just seeing all that beautiful blackness everywhere, man. Where you look, man. But it was a definitely a culture shock though, coming out of small town of Montgomery, being around so many people from other cities and states. Actually, the first time meeting someone that was from Nigeria. But it was a great time, man. Great time.
No doubt, man. Like you said, that beautiful blackness, man, like meeting people from all over and just coming together, just create those lifelong memories and just being around a bunch of black excellence, man. That's an HBCU experience in a nutshell.
Yes, sir. The games, the college football games, the basketball games, you just don't compare.
No, it don't. It don't, man. And it's so crazy because growing up, especially, coming from the Gump like you and I, man, A&M and Tuskegee and State, those schools weren't heavily promoted. It was either Auburn, Alabama, but it was good to be able to go to the HBCU experience and get that exposure. And like now I realized, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way, like you wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't trade it for anything. College wasn't for me, man. I got a chance to really get out and to see the world in a nutshell, for the most part. Like I said, I run into a lot of different people, different point of views, perspectives of life. So it was a great experience, man.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt. And hey, college not being for you, it's all good, man. Everybody's journey is different. No knock, no judgment. Did what you had to do. And I know just those memories and those relationships from college had a lasting effect on you, man. So you ended up coming back home. Yes, sir. So you ended up coming back home, and did you go right to work or did you go into business for yourself right away? What was that transition like?
I went right to work. And I'm having my first kid, my daughter. So I went right to work, man. That adult life of trying to be trying to figure everything out, man. At a young age, I think I had my daughter at the age of 21.
You had to grow up
And
fast, man, but you made it happen.
yes, sir.
No doubt, man. So I know we're here to talk about business, but before we talk about Better Ham Supplement Company, I really just want to talk about your individual weight loss journey. And want to give you your flowers starting out, man, because around 2014, 15, when I started my own weight loss journey, it wasn't a lot of people here locally that was putting out content like you were actually putting out your story, how you lost weight and things of that nature, man. So just want to give you your flowers for being a source of inspiration for myself and several others in the city, man. Like, what made you want to put your story out there, man?
First off, bro, I do appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I do accept those flowers. Um, what made me put myself out there, man? I really don't know outside of. It's funny, Doug, because even though I was putting it out there to help motivate people, I was putting it out there to actually keep me accountable. Because once you put it out there, it's like, okay, you can't just be putting it out here and you ain't seeing no results. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it helped keep me accountable to stay focused, and it was pictures for me to go back and look at to see my my transformation, and it was motivation for me as well. So, but I just knew once I did that that it wasn't no going back.
Hey, that's a great mindset to have, man. I never thought about it like that, but that's powerful and it's so true. Once you put it out there, people gonna screenshot it, remember it, and it help keep you accountable, help you keep you accountable and just stay on track. So at your heaviest, where were you, and how much did you lose along that journey?
So my heaviest starting off, my documented weight was 286. And that was after I had already kind of started moving. So I don't know what my exact heaviest was, but my official weigh in was 286 pounds. And the lowest I got down to was 193.
Wow, man, a whole person, man, and just going on that weight loss journey. Yeah, man, like you added a lot of years on your life because in our community, man, just those eating habits that a lot of us pick up from our elders, we carry them on into adulthood with us, and I'm pretty sure just what contributed to that 286 was just what you were eating, and I'm pretty sure once you gain clarity and a better relationship with food it kind of turned the tide and help you lose that weight. So it's one or two things that happen when you make a decision like that to lose that amount of weight. Because I know from experience. Fortunately, I was on the side of it where I just made a decision to go for it. And then you have some people who have to lose their weight after they get bad news from the doctor. And I know just from conversations with you and looking at your pictures and your story, this was a decision you made on your own. Man, what made you go for it? What made you even get started? Like, what was that moment where you got fed up with yourself and got to it?
So I remember one day just kind of, like I said, I left, had my first daughter at 21, and just working, and I was living that lifestyle of going out partying, late night, eating, drinking, all that stuff. And even with me playing sports, being pretty much athletic through high school and somewhere in college, I noticed my weight just got out of hand. And I've always been a kid that kind of struggled with this weight, but I've never gotten this big. And I remember looking at myself one day in the mirror, was like, man, who is that? I didn't recognize myself. And so knowing that my dad deals with high blood pressure, my mom deals with high blood pressure, I didn't want to deal with that, So I decided to make a conscious effort to try to change that. So, and that was the start of everything, of going on walks and just doing research.
And that's powerful, man. Like just having your first child and just seeing patterns from elders that you didn't want to follow. And we all love our elders, Larry, but in our community, a lot of our elders, they just have a eating style that they're just content with just eating that way. And that's cool. And we love them anyway, man. But good for you that you were able to realize, hey man, I got a daughter here. I don't like the person that's staring back at me in the mirror because that's really when you wake up. Like you said, you look yourself in the mirror, you take your shirt off, and you look how you like, man, nah, this
Nah,
ain't it.
nah, this ain't it, man. I was like, oh no, I'm too young, man. Like, what's going on? Like, what is this? And then it hit you fast though, Doug. You find yourself just going through the swing of life, working, getting off, going home, eating, and before you know it, years then pass by, and then you just be a totally different person. You look back at your high school pictures and be like, wow, so
For sure. And like even what you were talking about, because I can relate to that 1000%. Partying, drinking, you leaving the club, where you going? Waffle House, IHOP, then where you going
Crystal.
home? You're going straight to bed. Crystals, yeah, crystals.
Hmm.
I mean, and then you just do that over time, and you could, like you said, come out of high school playing sports, and before you know it, 2, 3 years pass by, you doing that behavior because, quite frankly, we don't know any better, and we think we're living the life. Oh man, I'm clubbing, I'm going out popping bottles, eating good, drinking good. I'm going to IHOP, Waffle House, not knowing that we just killing ourselves one bite at a time.
Slowly killing ourselves, man.
Sure. So yeah, man. So you go on this great weight loss journey, man, and you still active in the lifestyle. And I know you rocking and rolling with Better Ham Supplement Company. And I want to transition over into the company. What inspired that name? It's very intriguing.
It's Better Ham. So a lot of people that know me here in Montgomery, Alabama, on the west side of Montgomery, they know me as Ham, and on the side, on the east side, I'm called by Larry. But Ham came from my seventh grade basketball coach at Carver Junior High, Coach Dennis. Unique story, man. It was after Thanksgiving break, and our coach, found some old jerseys in the back. I think these jerseys had to be from like I would think they were like 1940, but they were some old jerseys, man, game jerseys. And he was like, "We're gonna practice in these." They were small, and like I told you, I always been pretty much a pretty big kid. But he had us do this drill after Thanksgiving break. We had to run 10 laps, walk one, run 10, walk one, run 10. And the jersey's hugging and squeezing me. I'm running, I'm gasping for air. And all he would say was, "You shouldn't have ate all that ham for Thanksgiving." And soon every time I ran by him, he would holler ham, ham. And so my teammates, they carried it. You know how kids are, man. They carried it on to school the next day, walking around school calling me ham. I hated that name at first. I hated it. But it had a different ring when the girls started saying, "Hey, Ham." So, kind of just stuck with me. And I just grew up with that name, Ham. And when I decided to change my lifestyle, I kept trying to think of a brand, a logo, what did I stand for? Um, and I looked at Ham and I was like, okay, acronym. So I just went with better health, better attitude, better mindset, the better the Ham. The song called me.
Man, now that's dope, man. That's a dope story. Very organic. How it came about. Shout out to that coach for giving me that name. And man, you know what? That I we were around the we were around the same age, man. I played ball in the 2000s. It's just crazy how coaches give you nicknames like that, man. Like today, that would be classified as bullying, but back in the day, that was just tough love, man. Getting those little crazy nicknames, you know.
Man, the generations do change. Let me just say that. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say too much.
Right now,
You
it's
gotta
all
be
good.
careful.
Hey, it's all good. I ain't. I'll say it for you, man. Like back now, that's called bullying. Back in the day, coaches call you. Ham is nice compared to what coaches would call you back in the day when you messed up. So I'll just leave that for the audience imagination to run wild. But
Right,
that's
right.
dope, man. That came up with that organic name and hated it at first. And hey, just like a dude, once the girls start feeling it, it's all good. Then, like once the ladies start embracing it, it
Mhm.
was all good then. So much
It
respect
was
to
all
you.
good.
And then you make this change in your lifestyle, and now you're using it as an acronym for positive change, man. And that's just go to show, man. You just don't know. I don't know, man. Life has a funny way of working out. Like look at like now you're building a brand household name off of a nickname that you once hated. That's dope.
That's that right. That's crazy, man. That's life though. That's
For sure.
crazy.
So not only did you lose the weight, got in shape, and you still living the lifestyle, so you started a supplement brand. Like, what made you want to start a supplement brand?
So I used to be up late nights on this website called bodybuilding.com, which also contributed to my weight loss journey, looking at these people's before and after, figuring trying to, just wondering why can't this be me? Um, but I was taking supplements. That's one of the things when we start our journey, we're trying to find the fastest way to get
Mhm.
our weight loss. get that look we want. So started taking protein, multivitamins, fish oils, pre-workouts, the normal, So what I started doing, every ingredient that was in a product that I took, excuse me, I would research it to see, just do my Google search, WebMed. I was just searching the ingredients to see, okay, what are the benefits, what are the side effects. Okay, once I look at that, okay, if it's something that had too many side effects, I'm good. I don't want that. But then I would look at not only the benefits and the side effects, but how much of it do you actually need to get any effects? And I started noticing that a lot of companies would put a product in a supplement, but they were under dosage. So, for instance, like with my apple burn pill, with acetyl L-carnitine, for instance, L-carnitine, to see a significant effect of it, you need anywhere from 500 to 1,000 milligrams. And companies were putting, say, 100 milligrams, but they'll put on a label that, hey, we got L-carnitine. But the masses don't know that, hey, this is not enough to help me at all. And once I started noticing that, I was like, you know what? I want to create my own supplements. And I started doing my research to seeing how I can create my own supplements.
Man, that's dope, man. You went and did your own homework, just realizing these supplements, a lot of these big brands put out here, they don't really say, they don't underdosing us, man. And I can attest to what you're talking about in terms of starting a weight loss journey and you just scratching and clawing for fat burners and this, that, and the third, man. Man,
Right, right.
I won't call any brands out, man, but there was a fat burner out there. It started with an O, and I remember people was taking it like crazy. And
Oh yeah.
people talking about, I never forget, man. People talking about, yeah, man, it speeds your heart up and take away your appetite, and I never took this stuff because I was like, okay, if it's doing all that, I don't want to do all that to try to lose no weight, man. Like my heart beating fast.
Right. And
Like,
and
oh,
just to butt in on
mm-hmm,
that, Doug. So
mm-hmm.
so that's those are stimulants. And that's like, even when I first um reached out to this company to create the Apple Burn pill, and the guy that they will link you up with like reps, right? That help you through your process. And I guess because he figured, I wasn't a big name brand, a big known name company, he was like, well, you think you want to add more caffeine? People want to feel energy. And I was like, no, because what I knew from the past, anything that's supposed to help with weight loss, if it had too much caffeine in it, on those labels, they would say, do not consume after 5 p.m. because it would keep you up all night. That's because all the caffeine is stimulants. So with the Apple Burn pill, I didn't want to deal with that. I designed it to where you can take it before bed and not lose any sleep.
Now that's powerful. Yeah, them doggone stimulus, man, because it was that fat burner, and
Mhm.
then there was a pre-workout started with a J that everybody was taking. And it the same thing, like, oh man, when you take it, man, man, you're gonna want to scratch your skin off your arm, man. And it's interesting, like looking back on that at the very beginning of that journey. I knew I didn't want to take that kind of stuff because basically I didn't want, I'll be real with you, Larry. At that time, it was based out of fear, man. I was like, I'm already fat. I don't want anything that's gonna speed my heart up. Because what happens if I'm, you know, if
Right,
I'm in,
right,
you know
right.
what I'm
I'm,
saying?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Most
Yeah,
definitely. That's how I was.
yeah. Like you sitting there trying to do leg press and work out, and man, your heart, you already fat trying to lose weight, and your heart beating out your chest. But yeah, man, that's great that you did your own homework. You called up, got the right dosage put in there, and I can attest. Like I took the apple pill burn. I bought it a couple times, and it does what it says. It don't keep you up all night, gives you a nice thermogenic burn, and man, it's a great product. So and that's another reason why I wanted to buy the product, because you talked about your weight loss journey, and you can literally look on the back of that label and recognize everything that's in it, which is rare when it comes to these big brands. You looking at some of these ingredients like, man, I can't even pronounce this if I tried. Like,
Can't even pronounce it. Can't
cool,
even
man.
pronounce the word, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So, after you finished up your journey and you started a supplement company, did you ever reach back and train other people on how to lose weight, or did you just stick to supplement?
I did, man. I got with my wife. who actually gave me that boot to go ahead and release my first product, the Apple Burn Pill. I started doing boot camps, fitness boot camps, and I've been doing it since 2015, man. And I love it because I just like to give my energy off to people, and I try to educate people as much as I can from all the research and time I've put in. If you talk to any of my clients, they'll tell you, man, I'll talk their ear off
Mm.
about this stuff, and I really take it seriously. I get on them a lot. When they're messing up, I get on them when they're in the gym crying because, Doug, it's a if it was easy, we hear that phrase all the time, cliche. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But it's so true, man. Especially with the world we live in, in America, man, with fast food, and if you look at TV right now, you're gonna see half of your TV show gonna be full with fast food commercials. You're always being enticed about food that's not good for you. Bottom line. So, but yeah, I've been doing that since, like I said, since 2015. So
That's
something
amazing, man.
also got to.
That's amazing, man. You lost that weight, you did the work, and now you get a chance to pay it forward by giving the game to your clients, streamlining the process. Because, quite frankly, like you said, losing weight is not easy. Been there, done that. It's tough, especially in the Gump. You being from the Gump, man. You get off on the East Chase exit. You turn into East Chase when you pass. From the time you get, from the time you pass that Starbucks, if you drive all the way down till you get to where they got McDonald's at, man, you pass. I'm just gonna estimate 30 fast food restaurants. It might be more. I mean, they put it right there. Not only just the commercials, but just you ride through the Gump, man. Everywhere you look, it's a McDonald's, it's a Wendy's. It's just so much enticement, man. So I think it's amazing that you were able to lock in Montgomery with all these options, man. So before we delve more into the business, I want to go back to your journey. So when you initially, so far as nutrition, what's your kryptonite, man? Like, what's that one food group? Is it bread, sweets? What is it? Fried foods? Like, what was it that had you at 286?
Man, carbs, but food. I've never been a sweet junkie.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a soul food man. Like my mom cooked some good old, collard greens and cornbread and baked chicken. Man, I eat 4 plates.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big gluttony, man. But carbs though. I love French fries. Not really big on pasta, but French fries, man, I love it. Rice, chicken and rice, like, and that was the problem. The food wasn't really the problem. It just was how much I consumed. You know. But that's my hang up food though. Carbs, man. I love potatoes. I eat a basket of fries right now.
For sure. So when you started your journey, did you go cold turkey in terms of giving up potatoes? Like, what was your initial meal plan when you got serious about it?
So when I got serious about it, it went. I wasn't eating out anymore. It was me cooking. I was going to get steaks. I was going to get. I swapped out the white potato for sweet potato. I swapped out the white rice for brown rice, which I know better now. There's nothing wrong with white rice or the white potato, but then I just swapped out everything and I just did more cooking. I watched the sodium in my seasoning. I went more for powder seasonings. Those have less sodium, if any. And I started just meal prepping, getting containers and prepping my food for the day. And I just, no matter what, now first on my journey, I will allow myself one cheat meal, but I had to stay strict for from Sunday to Friday, and Saturday I would allow myself one cheat meal, and I would normally I would go to Popeyes on some Saturdays. Like I was like, okay, if I do everything I need to do, eat my meals, do my workouts, my cardio, and if I reach my weight limit, if I say, hey, I want to lose 2 pounds, I'm like, okay, I will reward myself with a cheat meal, not a cheat day, but a cheat meal, and I'll be right back on it, the remainder of the day or the next day.
Hmm. Man, that's great, man. You came out the gate with a real deal game plan, like setting goals for yourself, holding yourself accountable, and hey, if I reach this goal weight, I get to have a cheat meal versus a cheat day. Like that's wise, man. See, it's all about learning and evolving. See, you understood that right at the gate. See, myself and a lot of people that started the weight loss journey, we think it's a cheat day. Man, a cheat day can set you back 2 weeks, man. it could derail all your progress. I've been there,
It
done that, and I
will.
learned.
It will, man, and it will though, Doug.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people don't like to look at saying rewarding yourself with technically bad food, but you gotta understand, man. We all love food, man.
Yeah,
I'll be a hypocrite if I sit up here and say I still don't eat. Have me some fried chicken. Yeah, I do, but it's just being more mindful of what you're actually putting in. You're just being more conscious. You're just not every day, all day. You're just eating crap. So the body's the temple. We gotta try to take care of it much as we can, man.
that's the truth, man. That's a fact. Like the body is definitely a temple, and it's so interesting that we are very intentional and deliberate about the kind of gas we put in our cars, the kind of oil we put in our cars, but we don't treat our bodies with the same intention, myself included. I mean, and I'm not preaching at nobody. I'm just saying like I've been there, done that. It's you you eating like for me, my guilty pleasure is sweet. So when I was at my heaviest, it was nothing. I'm about to show my age because they're not around anymore. It was nothing to go to Hardee's and get cinnamon raisin biscuits, 3, 4, or them things in the morning time, and scarf them down with sausage biscuit. Like that was for real. Like that was that time. So gluttony, man, I definitely can relate to that, man. But it's good that you were able to make the mental shift, change your mindset, start meal prepping, because that's another source of accountability. Because if I didn't went to the grocery store and bought all this stuff, I'm gonna eat
Yeah, most definitely, most
it.
definitely. And then you'll find yourself buying all that stuff, man, and you'll find yourself still going out and buying some fast food, man. You be like, man, I spend all this money on groceries, but it, it,
Yeah.
it comes down to a lot of willpower, man, and it definitely helps for to have someone along your side. Um, but at some point, you just have to realize, like, hey, can't nobody do it for you. And that's one thing about fitness too, man. It's just you can have help, but at the end of the day, you have to do the work. You just got to do it. It's not going to be given to you. Even if you decide you want to go have surgery, at the end of the day, to maintain it or to keep it, you're gonna have to still do the work.
Yeah, Larry, man, that's a fact right there, man. And I know I don't know anybody. Well, yes, I do, but I know a couple people like personally that going that route. For me, I didn't go that route because number one, I wasn't about to take out no loan. I didn't have the insurance. My insurance wasn't that good to cover that type of situation. And to be honest with you, I just wanted to earn it because I knew if I earned it and I did it the right way, I would sustain it versus a quick fix. But people are entitled to do what they want to do. But
Absolutely.
yeah, man, I don't
No
knock
knock on
anybody.
them.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no
no.
knock on them. No knock on them. But at the end of the day, like I said, you still have to do what it takes to keep it off you.
Hmm.
People are getting weight loss surgeries and they're wasting their money. Or
Yeah.
some, they'll get the weight loss surgery and what's the new thing that's going around now? It's like the 360 liposuction.
Wow.
Um, and they're not seeing results until maybe like a year after you see your full results. I was like, well, what if you locked in for a full year just doing what you need to do? How would you look? But to each his own. Like I said, there's no knock on that. At the end of the day, like I said, you still have to put in the work even after. So
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And another thing for me when it came to going that route, I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, knock on wood, never have, and I never intend on going up under the knife, man. Like that's just not something I'm. And I don't. I mean, yeah, especially going up on the knife for something like that. I don't know. I just like I said, I just wanted to earn it and get it out the mud, man, and like really appreciate the process because the thing about it, doing it the right way, Larry, if you ever fall off, you know how to get it. You know how to get it back.
you know how to get it back, man. You know how to get it back. Bottom line, you know, most
Yeah.
definitely. That was my whole thing too. I just wanted to. First off, I'm scared of needles, so
Me
I'm
too.
still afraid of needles, man.
Me too, man.
You know what I'm saying? So you talk about putting me to sleep or cutting on me. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Nah, no doubt. But just what you got going on with the supplement company, man. So you pretty much already covered just your aha moment, what inspired you to go after it and pursue it. So from the time you had your aha moment that you wanted to start a supplement company, let's talk about the action portion. How long did it take you to get it set in motion, get the LLC and actually getting started in business?
Oh man, I had been working on redoing my research and just documenting down the ingredients that I want, and sampling things since about 2015, around that time. So I released the Apple Burn in 2019. 2019 was the release of the Apple Burn. So for about 4 years of just working on it, created got my LLC done that January that year of 2019, and released Apple Burn, and then 2021 I released my pre-workout. Currently, right now, I am doing a running promotion sale real fast. I buy one get one free until supplies last. And after this, Doug, I got some revising to do. I'm gonna step back and because my goal is to get into some major stores, but I got some revising to do with the brand. Release some brand new products, and just keep evolving.
For sure. That's what it's all about, man. Like, much respect. Like, that's good that you having that awareness that you need to step back, make some tweaks, rebrand, and like you said, man, get into these major stores so you can make that, so you can turn Better Ham Supplements to a household name for real.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. That last portion, it's one thing to have an idea, act on it. It's another thing to have the audacity, the courage to put it out to the world, to be judged, criticized, or praised. Who or what gave you that courage to put Better Ham Supplements out to the world?
So to go ahead and make the initial push jump was my beautiful wife, LaQuanda Howard. Um, Once we got the training center, she just told me, "Hey, babe, I need supplements in here," and I was like, "Okay, all right. So now let's get it out here," and I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I got a lot of good feedback, and the results once I released, man, I did a what's it called? When you do a promotion, I did I can't think of right now, but anyway, people place orders before I actually release,
Oh,
and
pre-order.
I was pre-order. Yeah, man. Thank you, Doug. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
But yeah, pre-orders, man, and the pre-orders, it was amazing, and I was just like, okay, this was something that I should have, I need to do it, and but my wife helped gave me that push to put it on out there, and my kids gave me the motivation to want to try to build something I can leave for them,
Much
my
respect,
legacy.
man. That's much respect, man. That's dope, man. Salute to the missus for holding you accountable and pushing you to push the brand out there. And much respect to you, man, for having not only your wife, but your kids as your why, your driving force behind what you do. We all need a why.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. So you've done great things, not only on your personal weight loss journey, but with the brand, and you continue to evolve and grow and expand. So let's talk about the next portion, vision. What are some of your short-term and long-term goals that you feel comfortable sharing about the brand?
Well, like I said, short term, doing some revamping of the website, labeling, releasing some new products that I'm working on right now. Protein powder, BCAA, some other things that I don't want to talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
we got some new products coming. Long term, man, is to become a household name, to get in these major stores, to see my company on the shelves of stores like Vitamin Shop, GNC, Walmart. So that's the long term.
Yes, sir. Those are both great short-term and long-term goals, and I have no doubt you'll make them all come to fruition.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. As we wrap up the podcast, I want to ask $1 million question, Larry. I started this podcast to highlight the greatness connected to the city. Whether you were born here, lived here for a significant period of your life, be it college, military, or work, you've been a hometown hero. What makes you the most proud to be from the Gump?
Man, black excellence here, man. We're a small town, but since I've been here, as the years gone by, man, it has grown for with black businesses, and to see, like you said, in the beginning, there wasn't a lot of people really sharing their journeys, but the black community is actually gravitating around fitness, and to see so many people sharing their stories of weight loss and just being more conscious of what they're putting in their body. It's amazing, man. I'm here for it. It's a
No,
beautiful
d-
thing.
no doubt, man. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. So how can people connect with you? What are your social media handles and website?
IG, you can find me at Better Ham for my personal page. The business page is Better Ham Supplements. Facebook, Larry Ham Howard. And my website is www.betterhamsupplements.com.
Yes, sir. And of course, I'll put all of that information in the description of the episode. Hey, Larry, thanks again for the conversation, man. I really appreciate you.
Man, brother, I thank you for having me, man. And keep doing what you're doing, man. This platform, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Good people, that concludes another dope episode of the Gumptown Podcast. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what to do. Be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Gone. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your attention. Until next time.